kalani, oe kalani, nunuri kalani, kaholo kalani. Eia ka pula o ka ohana o Ariel sellers.
Tonight, dozens of family and community members are mourning the loss of a girl who went missing in WAIMANALO nearly 2 months ago. This video taken just outside her adoptive family's home on Puha Street this evening, the same place she was said to be last seen on September 12th. Good evening and thank you for watching. Honolulu police today said the missing persons report for Isabella Ariel Kalua has turned into a murder investigation.
And they believe her adopted parents are behind the crime. Both 52-year-old Isaac "Sonny" Kalua and his wife, 43-year-old Lehua, were arrested and charged today for second-degree murder. This is video captured this morning of the raid at the Kalua's WAIMANALO home. Both HPD officers and FBI agents swarmed the house before heading in. Lehua was seen a few moments later in handcuffs.
Isaac Kalua was arrested at his job at the Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard. According to a spokesperson, he's been with them for the past decade and works as a materials examiner and identifier. HPD today says new evidence found last week point to the couple murdering their adoptive daughter Ariel in mid-August. That's a month before they reported her missing. HPD has not released what evidence they found, but officers did collect hours of surveillance footage and interviews to come to this conclusion.
This is very much still an active investigation, and there are some things that we simply cannot talk about. But I do remain hopeful that as time goes on and this case continues to progress, that we will be able to share more details with you in the future.
Both Isaac and Lehua are being held without bail. They're scheduled to have their first court appearance on Friday.
Isaac has 4 prior felonies that includes terroristic threatening and 3 assault charges from more than 2 decades ago. Criminal records show he served 2 weekends behind bars and received 5 years probation. Some neighbors tell KITV4 they're concerned about why Isabella's adoptive family was able to take her in with a criminal background.
How CPS is allowing people with records to have children in their homes. I mean, we could find homes, I'm sure. I was a foster parent too, and I don't understand how this happened. I don't understand how this happened.
Isabella's biological and adoptive family know each other, and the Kaluas took in Isabella and 4 of her siblings. Now, there's no word yet on the arrangement that was made beforehand, but according to the state's Department of Human Services, anyone convicted with child or family household abuse would be disqualified for adoption or foster care. They would also be disqualified for assault, battery, or drug-related charges filed within the past 5 years.
One lawmaker claims the state's guidelines for adoption were not enough to protect Ariel. KITV4's Atli Dukalo now joins us live tonight with her concerns. Atli.
Well, Rick, Esther Kia Aina represents Isabel Ariel Kalua's hometown of WAIMANALO. She says she plans to enact bills and resolutions surrounding the adoption process, what she hopes will prevent more tragedies like this.
Very high emotions right now, very high. All we can do is just sit and wait and pray and just wait for more answers to come towards us. Other than that, it's very emotional.
Family members of Isabella Kalua, who would have turned 7 years old last week, emotional Wednesday evening after learning her adoptive parents allegedly murdered her. Kalua's remains have not been located. Honolulu police investigators promise they're searching for more answers.
We have never stopped our investigation. Ariel was never forgotten.
Did the system fail her? And were there enough signs for her to have been taken out of that home earlier?
Honolulu City Council member Esther Kia Aina, who represents Kalua's hometown of WAIMANALO, commends HPD's investigation efforts, but questions whether government agencies could have done more to prevent the alleged murder. According to HPD, Kalua was adopted in the last year or 2.
Once adoptions are completed, the CWS involvement in the case kind of scales way back. So they're not conducting the same level of checks or things like that that they would prior to an adoption.
The government is there to provide for mechanisms to ensure that our keiki are safeguarded, and I'm not quite sure if those processes were followed. And so we all have a collective responsibility to do better.
HPD is calling on witnesses who may have interacted with the Kalua family between 2019 and August of this year to come forward. If you have any information, you're asked to call Honolulu Crime Stoppers at 955-8300. Child Welfare Services is also seeking anyone who may have witnessed neglect or abuse in the Kalua family home. Their number is 1-888-380-3088. We'll have those numbers posted on our website. That's KITV.com. Aali Iduklo, KITV4, Island News Tonight.